The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
It is draft day, everybody. How excited are you, Greg? We've got a couple-minute countdown now.
Oh, I am super pumped. I have been waiting for this day for a year now.
Oh, a whole year, huh? All
right. So ever since, as soon as fantasy football season ends, I'm ready for it to start up again.
So it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. You want to start this off?
We have to. We have to start it off. Who do we have with the first pick here?
Rocco's going to be on the clock.
Yep.
All right, here we go. The thumb is going off right now. Start league. Are you sure you want to start the draft?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm already in it.
Bang! It started. Ooh, Amon-Ra St.
Wow.
Brown.
Okay. All right.
Quick pick. Justin Jefferson went second. I am on the clock. What am I going to do? All right, so
there's so much. Let's talk through these picks a little bit.
Yeah, I will, because I know we're live. All right, so
Yep.
My keeper, for everybody out there, my keeper, I had options. I could have had, Rachaad White. I could have had George Pickens. There were keepers that I had available. I could have had Jordan Love. I don't believe in keeping a quarterback. So I got minute 35 left on the clock. I had two receivers go ahead of me, but I've already kept a receiver. Okay? I've already kept A.J. Brown. I think he's a top 5 talent in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute freak. And despite everybody going, Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. Okay, fine. Then A.J. Brown's been a freak with not a good quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah. I had him last year, and he was a stud for me. So
I think we can live there, right? So.
Oh, absolutely. And they're deeper this year, so he's not going to get double teamed as much.
I'm looking at two players right now, and I got a minute left on the clock, and I have running backs that I like lower. Here's my problem. Okay, I really like Ja'Marr Chase. I've never had an opportunity to get Ja'Marr Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But Ja'Marr Chase doesn't play football right now.
But then you had two stud running backs right here just staring at you with Robinson and Taylor.
And I already have a stud wide receiver. So I'm not going to stack wide receivers because I believe I can find value later on. And if you think you can do that, ladies and gentlemen, then that is what you do.
Sometimes it's a gamble. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but you have to be convicted and stand by your picks.
I'm going to take Bijan Robinson with my pick.
Nice pick. That's what I would have done.
I know, because you're a smart guy. We got smart guys in this league. That's what we should call the league. It's the pig league, right? Because we're a bunch of animals.
That's right.
We're a bunch of pig
you know what
guys.
this is? This is an expert league. This isn't for your beginners. This is everybody that's in this league knows how to play.
All right, Coach Mike is on the clock. He could take as much time. Well, not as much time as he wants, but he took Ja'Marr Chase.
Ja'Marr Chase is gone.
How dare you, Coach Mike?
We knew that was going to happen, though. And then we got Garrett Wilson.
That's a good pick by Joe Wolski.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good pick there because I think Garrett Wilson has one of those years.
Oh, absolutely.
I think people are discrediting where his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. Marvin Harrison went in the first round. Wow. Okay.
All right.
Well, Hopkins got CeeDee Lamb too, so he's really looking at some stuff. Oh, it's you, Greg. You talk.
Yep. Right now, all right. My keeper is CMC. So I'm not really looking same as Jack for running back right away. But where I different from him is my pick comes right back around in 2 picks.
It's a great point.
If I would pass on a wide receiver, which I'm not a fan. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm not a fan. I think the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to 8 wide receivers are all comparable with each other. Everywhere from Puka, Devontae, London, Olave, Brandon, Evans, Collins. They're all around the same. So what am I going to do? I'm gonna jump ahead. I am going to grab Jonathan Taylor. I am loaded at running back then. Like I shouldn't even have to worry about running back at that point.
Don't even draft another running back the rest of the draft then.
You know? There's a lot of depth here at running back, especially we're in an 8-man league. But getting Jonathan Taylor, you can't beat that.
It's an 8-man expert though, so it feels like 10. We're going to be at
Yeah.
each other's throats all season long.
All season
They're
long.
Spicy Panda. I love the team name, by the way.
And
Imagine if
you know what?
Imagine if that goes on one of these helmets.
I know. Guys, remember, Gridiron.
GridironHelmets.com is providing our championship helmet trophies this year. So that's part of our prize, right? You get a first place, you get some first place cash and the helmet. And it's really fun. It really is.
Yeah.
Actually, how about this? I just got new shirts made by Ray's Creations, right? So she'll be on Facebook. You can go check her out. But she made this fantastic little shirt with me.
Very nice. I see that.
Emblem, right?
Mhm.
And we're going to get a bunch of shirts made up for you guys. On the clock. How spicy do you feel? 53 seconds left to go. He must be really going over some stuff.
Yeah.
He's a studier. He's a studier. Who did he keep? Oh, he went Nakua.
You went Puka.
So he's got Brees. Brees Hall was his keeper, by the way. Oh, he's going back to back. What are we talking about?
Bryce Hall?
Yeah, he kept Brees Hall. He's
Okay.
a Jets fan, but even if you weren't a Jets fan, that's a good pick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he went Nakua, and now what else? Go Kyron Williams. Be a Rams fan too. I gotta wait forever. Coach Mike has set himself up with Jamar Chase, and then his keeper was Saquon Barkley. We had some unfortunate circumstances with people dropping out of our league late. Guys, don't ever do that.
That's a scummy move.
It's a terrible move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're a disingenuous person, right? You did it on purpose. I had two people drop out of this league at 1:30 in the morning. They knew full well what the league rules were, and they wanted to drop out apparently while I was sleeping. I never sleep. Travis Etienne, that's a great pick. That is, that's why I said he did his studying. Travis Etienne, and now he's paired him with Brees Hall.
Me personally, I do like Kenneth Walker a little bit more.
Okay. Oh, you get to cheer for the Seahawks.
I don't like to cheer for the Seahawks, but if he gets me points. There's a couple other people that I did like better than Etienne, but that's not a horrible pick. Definitely not. I am on the clock, so let's see here. We got 2 running backs. So what am I looking at? We all know what I should be looking at, and that is wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver is right.
Every bone in my body says go for Davante Adams, except for in the back of my head it says no. I understand Gardner Minshew is throwing him the ball, but he's such an up and down quarterback.
He is.
I'd rather somebody a little bit more consistent. And since he was just re-signed, buddy, by my Niners.
You're gonna
I think I'm gonna take him over Mike Evans because it was really a coin flip between Ayuk and Mike Evans. I'm passing on Olave just for the fact that Carr is going to kill him eventually. London, I'm not sold on the Falcons. I already went over Davante Adams. Mike Evans, I do like, so it is a coin flip. And before I run out of time, let's hit Brandon Ayuk on there.
That's a great pick.
Now, listen. We all know Brandon Ayuk for probably maybe the first week or two isn't going to get, those 20, 21 points, those 22-point weeks. He's still going to get you double digits. So you have to stick with him in the beginning. He hasn't practiced all offseason yet. So let him get back. Let him get his feet wet again before you start looking. Unless I'm in your league and you want to trade him to me, let's not panic the first 2 weeks of the season.
Sloppy just took Drake London, which is great value there because now that gives him Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., and he kept CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy playing Sloppy. Huh?
He's stacked. He has his first 2 wide receivers, and he has his flex already.
Yeah, and I've kind of got what Coach Mike has going on, right? Coach Mike has Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley. I've got Bijan Robinson, and my keeper, Skeeter. My keeper was
Skeeter here.
My keeper was AJ Brown.
Nice. Yep. And like I said, AJ Brown, I think, is going to have a killer year just because the Eagles are has a lot more depth this year.
Kyron Williams went to Joe Molsky. That's a great pick. So he's got Garrett Wilson and Kyron Williams. And you know what? I've seen that pairing everywhere. And you know what? It brings up a great point. What Joe's doing is the guys that have great value that are falling to him. He's not even. I mean, he's taken a little bit of time to think about it, but he's taken the value. And we always preach take the value. I'm on the clock because, as we talked about before, Mike gets his keeper, which is only fair. So I've got Davante Adams, I've got Chris Olave, I've got Mike Evans, all sitting there for the taking. At running back, I've got Derek and Henry, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs.
Who I am a lot more high on than most of your experts. I think you put Derrick Henry behind that Ravens offensive line. Watch out. I mean, you got three. They have three tight ends at all times that can block or catch the ball. Like that, I'm telling you, Derrick Henry's going to have a nice bounce back year.
So this is and what we have to mention here is that this is a PPR league, right? So
yes, absolutely. Yep, PPR league. Which at 7:00 we have our second draft, which I will be streaming too. That one's interesting. That's a non-PPR league, so you're going to see us draft way different than you see anybody else draft.
36 seconds. You know what? Give me Olave. Just give me him.
I mean, at this point, you can't hate that.
Well, I got I got AJ Brown. I'm pairing him with Chris Olave. I gotta believe Carr's a little bit better.
All right, let's answer Skeeters real quick since you are off the clock and for another couple picks. Lamar Jackson is his quarterback. Wide receivers: Drake London, Jamar Chase. Running back: Jacobs, Connors, Aaron Jones. Thoughts on these guys? Like Lamar, but again, he's so up and down. 1 week he'll get you 40 points. Another week you'll be hurting to hit double digits. He's a solid quarterback, though. You can't hang on it. These are my thoughts anyways. Jack can chime in. Drake London, solid wide receiver. Not sure where you got him. I'm thinking later on, probably third, fourth round. Good value there. Again, it's the Falcons. They have Cousins throwing them ball now, so we'll see. And what's his name? Their quarterback they just drafted from Washington, Penix. He looked good in the preseason. So even if Cousins isn't back, he still has a guy to throw him the ball. Jamar Chase, we don't even need to talk about him. He's a stud when he's on the field. He's a number one wide receiver. Running backs, Josh Jacobs. I am very high on him this year. I think he's going to kill it at Green Bay. James Conner, Aaron Jones, I grouped them together. I'm not very high on him. Aaron Jones a little bit higher if he can stay healthy with Minnesota. But yeah, that's my thought. I would like to see you strengthening up your running back group a little bit more if you can.
So there are so many wide receivers available right now. There are a monster amount of wide receivers right now. And there are some running backs left. I'm deciding between taking Achane because he's special talent. And I think obviously you have Josh Jacobs, Pacheco, Rashad White, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara. I think what you do here is I think Achane's going to be set up in this offense. I think it's trending more and more. And I already have Bijan Robinson. I do talk about home run hitters. You need home run hitters, right? And I think this is the right spot to take a home run hitter. What do you think, Greg?
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah. You like you said, you already have your two positions pretty much solidified. So you're looking for somebody that has a very high ceiling.
So I'm going to take Achane, and maybe someone falls back to me. If they don't, I have ideas for later.
Okay.
That's fine by me. He's going pick 3 all the time. I kind of am starting to think that somebody like Josh Jacobs is a great pick there as well from Coach Mike.
I like Josh Jacobs a lot. There a lot.
That's a great pick. I just don't know what this Green Bay offense is going to look like. Sam Laporta, oof. That is early, Joe. But if you like him,
way early. But hey, listen, yeah. Who are we to say? If you like a guy, you like a guy.
You know, you got to take your guy out to dinner, make sure that your guy is happy, right? That's what you do with your guy. If you like Sam Laporta, then that's your guy. I think he comes back a little bit this year. I think he's got a safe floor. But he's not. He wouldn't be my top 3 tight ends
No.
because
Top 3, yeah, he'll be there. He's right there.
I think there's regression coming though at the price you're paying.
Okay.
That's I'm picking at it, but a little bit. But there's a lot of mouths to feed in that offense, and Jared Goff's numbers don't look great, by the way, this year. The predictions.
I really don't look at those predictions too much.
I do a little bit because I think somebody knows something.
Again, it's they have to talk about something. They have to write about something in the offseason.
I don't write about it. Nico Collins goes sloppy. Wow, he's still taking wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Nico Collins, huh?
He's got 4 wide receivers. He's gonna have a wide receiver. He's gonna start a wide receiver at quarterback. No, it's a good move. If you like stacking wide receivers, like some I like stacking, other positions besides wide receiver. But if wide receiver is your gig, it's your gig.
Yeah, I mean, especially PPR leagues, it's not a bad strategy.
Just gotta
Yeah,
remember
this is really going to be tough now.
What's happening?
I'm just going through right now. This is going to be tough right now. So many good people still on the board.
It's like that song, though, right? Who do you love?
Yeah. So we already got 2 wide receiver or 2 running backs. So what we really need is we need a wide receiver, unless we plan on starting a running back and our flex player. PPR league, I don't recommend that unless it's going to be a running back that's going to get a lot of receiving targets. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take a guy that I'm surprised that's still on the board, that I did have a coin flip with the last round, and that's our boy Mike Evans.
I knew you were taking him.
Yeah. I mean, getting him in the 3rd round, even in a keeper league, that's money right there.
I thought, if he could come back to me, that'd be wild.
Mm-hmm. Now, a guy I would have picked over him if I didn't have Brandon Ayuk would have been Deebo Samuel, just because of the gadget plays that he has available to him, screens, running out of the backfield, stuff like that. So he gets a lot more touches than receiving touches. So that's
Deebo
why I would take him over. What's that?
Deebo just went too.
Yeah. But like I said, if I didn't have Ayuk, and then I would have took Deebo there.
Yeah,
but
no,
I would never, ever have 2 of the same wide receivers on the same team.
Yeah, you would.
And the only time I would do that with running backs is if I handcuffed a running back, where I think he would get injured and I would need him later on.
Yeah, we're scandalous here. We like handcuffing running backs. We do wild stuff here at Fantasy Farm Sports.
So let's see. We got 2 running backs. We got 2 wide receivers. So what we're looking at right now is just value. What value can we get? I personally see it. 2 guys that stand out to me glaringly. One would be Jalen Waddle. I know everybody's like, but Greg, Devontae Adams is still there. Again, I understand. It's Devontae. It's not the same as he was 3 years ago.
Yeah, clowns, we understand.
I really like Kenneth Walker also.
You're dying to watch those Seahawks play.
What's that?
You're dying to watch those Seahawks play.
No, I just know how good Kenneth Walker is.
Taylor Swift's
what we're gonna do? We are going to go with Jalen Waddle. I think that's a nice, safe move. We could throw him in and out our flex. He's going to get targets. I only like him for the first 3 quarters of the season. I like no Dolphins players after December.
Oh, the swoon, the summer swoon, and the autumn swoon is over, huh?
Yeah.
Sloppy's up.
You guys will see what I'll do with my next pick. How we will combat that for the second half of the season?
What do I want to do here? It all depends. I don't know exactly. Actually,
There's so much. There's so much out there. It's
there's
just
value everywhere.
it's crazy.
Value.
So with your first like 3 picks, what you're looking for is you're looking for the floor. What is the minimum points these guys are going to get you every week? After that, you're looking for ceiling. What's the maximum points this player could possibly get me in a perfect situation?
Yeah, and that's why I went with, because AJ Brown's like my steady Eddie, and if Chris Olave and if Derek Carr learns how to not hurt players, then Chris Olave is awesome.
Exactly.
And I always think Carr's always better in his second year somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, huh?
I didn't hear what you said. What was
Derek
that?
Carr is almost better his second year somewhere. It's almost like he needs the first year to get his footing in the town and learn he just needs time.
Yeah, learn the offense a little bit. He's still a high pick guy, so
and
high interception guy.
I really like I like Mike Evans, but I think his opportunities are coming down a little bit. They want to spread it to Godwin more.
Yeah, and I said in our mock last week that we did is Godwin. They moved back to the slot, and that's where he made his money.
He's gonna rush people there.
Yeah, yep.
And Baker's good.
Mm-hmm.
Baker's gonna take advantage of linebackers all day.
Baker might not have the strongest arm or, not the most physically talented guy, but he can read a defense and he's competitive.
According to Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield has a top 3 arm in the league.
I don't agree with that. But
Josh Allen said Baker Mayfield's arm is strong.
Listen, I get it, but I don't see it. I get it. I get what you're saying. Josh Allen could have his opinion. I have my opinion, and I don't agree.
Farthest thrown NFL pass in the past 10 years. Who has it?
In the past 10 years?
Yep.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers had a strong arm. Darnold even had a strong arm, even though he wasn't a starter.
The answer
Josh Allen is right there.
Farthest thrown pass in a game goes to Baker Mayfield.
I don't. That means nothing to me during a game, though.
Oh, I'm on the clock. It's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. Keep talking, though, if you want to talk. You can auto pick.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to auto pick. I'm not. All right, so my guy's here. I didn't know if he was coming back to me. And this guy's just a safety valve. I could put him anywhere. I know what he's going to produce. I know the offense that he's in. And it allows me to go in different directions if I need to later on in the draft. But he really does allow me to do a lot of things here, so I have to take him. But I got some time. So I'll talk more about, Baker Mayfield in a live game. They were on the 40-yard line in Cleveland, and he had a Hail Mary at the end. And he threw it 82 air yards. I mean, that's a cannon.
I just don't see it. It doesn't transition to the eyes.
Cooper Kupp, baby.
That's a nice pick.
That's a monster pick. In the 4th turn of the 6th? I just took Cooper Kupp. Oh. That's a steal. It really is. He needed to go there, and he's not sexy anymore, right?
No, he's not.
Those legs have wrinkles on him.
He's been banged up.
Those legs have wrinkles on him now. Tits are starting to sag, but I'll tell you what. He makes a nice dinner. You're like, how dare you describe Cooper Kupp like a member of Motley Crue?
Anything compared with Motley Crue is great.
That's what I'm saying. Cooper, Motley Crue Kupp. EDF Casanova. Let's give a shout out, right? We'll give a shout out to Everyday Fan Lifestyle, Everyday Fan Sports. Paul comes on here, and he's got his own website, EDF. I think it's EDF Lifestyle now, edf.com. The everydayfan.com. You guys can find him at any of these places. He comes on our draft, and he does a great job in drafting. Great friends of Fantasy Farm Sports and the Old Gamer here. happy to have him in the building. It's a shameless plug, right?
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
don't
listen,
mind.
we try to help everybody out. We all network. We all try to help each other out, get the word out about all of our sites, all of our channels. If one of us grows, it only helps the other one.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind plugging. I love plugging for Paul. Paul's awesome. Paul's awesome as long as he doesn't on this turn take one of my players. Then problems.
George Kittle, huh? That's a bit of a surprise right there.
Yeah, but if that's your tight end, that's your tight end.
Oh, hey, listen. I'll tell you what. My number one tight end would be if Joe Flacco would start for Cleveland. Would be Njoku.
Probably.
He killed it last year. As soon as what's his name started for them. Njoku was one of the best tight ends in the league. He was killing it every week.
Yeah. God, there's
Every week he was killing it.
There are running backs everywhere.
Flacco's still your guy? Always be your guy?
I like Flacco.
He killed it last year towards the end. He really did. I was happy for him.
Joe Mixon. That's a good pick. Pass the rock. Yep. Patrick Mahomes, EDF. You did not take my guy, but that's a really good pick there.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's nice.
Mahomes in the 5th. Who went ahead of him? Josh Allen. I mean, that's a great pick there. All right, so I've got decisions. I've got Rachaad White sitting here, and Rachaad White is great in a PPR league. Baker does like to check the ball down. You got James Cook, Alvin Kamara, Walker. Greg really likes Walker. I like Walker as well, but I don't like him in a PPR because he's not going to catch as many balls as White. I just don't think he's going to. Wide receivers, you got Pittman, you got Neighbors. Neighbors is ranked really high. He's got no quarterback. Dell, Pickens, Cooper, Higgins. Look, we got to do we have to do the prudent thing here? This is where I knew I was going to get stuck. Do we have to do the prudent thing here? Well, I guess we don't have to. We can get a little wild. But I really like him. I get a lot of Tampa games, so I'm going to take Rachaad White.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who'd you think I was taking?
I thought you were going to go Godwin. I really did.
Oh, I still could.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's down there a little bit, but yeah, I thought he would, he at this point, he gives you great value. And with how high you are on Baker, makes sense for you.
It does. But again, I think Baker's always supported a top 5 running back.
Mm-hmm.
I know that his running back before was Nick Chubb, but he likes to run the ball to set up the pass. He understands that part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So Rachaad White's going to get carries, and he's going to get screen passes. He's a safety valve, and I think in a standard league, is he worth as much? I don't think so.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But in a PPR, is he going to get 50 receptions? I think he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's worth more than Kenneth Walker. James Cook to me is interesting, and I don't like the but.
I hate when any player has but in it if they're drafted early in your draft.
James Cook should be a no-brainer, but and I keep saying but. If we get in cold weather games, is he going to be their guy on the field?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
James Cook, look at Joe Molsky. That's a fantastic pick. I'm not going to – Joe Molsky's team looks good. He took Sam LaFleur. He got Garrett. His team looks great. I'd rather the floor of Rachaad White because I already have an A-chain.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely.
I've got Bijan Robinson. I've got A-chain. I've got the floor of Rachaad White. And Rachaad White's kind of like both those guys in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, there is 2 guys that I'm looking at right now that I am drooling at the chance of getting.
I know. I already know the one of them. You don't have to – go ahead, say it.
No, I'm not saying anything because we still got a guy on the clock.
There's nobody watching us. Bring
So
this
we're gonna
forward.
hold off on that until
Why don't you
we're
just
on the
tell them?
clock.
Come on, Greg.
Yeah, nope, not right now.
If
Nope.
they've been paying
After
attention
another minute, in a minute, I'll tell you.
in a minute, Sloppy's going to take another wide receiver. He can't help himself. Either that or he's going to take your player. He's going to take Taylor Swift's brother. You didn't know that DeAndre.
Oh yeah, I do like him. I told you there's 2 running backs that I still really like, that I'm really high on. Both of them second tier players for me, but still very high on them.
I actually like a lot of running backs, and I want to take. There's a couple. Oh, Sloppy's gonna miss his pick. What is going on here? He took it.
He took him.
Greg, I think he did. You know that's Nick
Yeah.
Bartolio, right? You know
What's
Nick.
that?
That's Nick Bartolio.
Okay.
You know him.
Yeah,
And he was listening to you.
I was kind of holding off. Jack was talking about how Kenneth Walker doesn't catch the passes. This year, if anybody that's been watching the off season, there's been rumblings around Seahawks camp, and I only know this because they're in the same division as my 49ers, is that he's been catching the heck out of the ball in the backfield. So he's added a whole nother dimension to his game, so they say.
Oh, I'll know that for later.
Yeah. All right. So, with this pick, this is really easy for me. Since my running back is gone, I don't like any running backs here. I don't like any running backs for the next couple rounds, actually. So this pick's really easy for me. My last pick was Jalen Waddle. I told you guys I like him for the first 3 quarters of the season. After that, I'm going to need another guy. Guy I really love in this pick right here is Devontae Smith.
The Alabama 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they are. That's who you don't have Doug and Taylor. Taylor and the 49ers. Alvin Kamara.
Another guy I would have really liked there if Devontae Smith was gone and if Kenneth Walker was gone, Marlon Cooper would have been my next pick there.
Alvin Kamara is a great pick there, though, from Sir Spicy Panda. You're getting Alvin in the 5th round, 6th round, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have taken him at the turn. You're back up. Are you taking a quarterback here?
No,
It's a fair question.
Oh, absolutely. But I believe I could get my value at quarterback in later rounds.
Oh, I know.
You know who I like? I like to stack running backs with my quarterbacks. There's wide receivers with quarterbacks. And so I have 4 different wide receivers. So I have 4 different quarterbacks I could draft. We are pretty loaded up on wide receivers here. Right now, I'm looking at whatever value we can get.
Well, you are
really not too high a lot on the running backs that's still there. There's one guy, I still say it's a little too early to draft him. So kind of what I'm looking at right now would be the running back, maybe a tight end. We're looking at the tight ends, a guy that I tend to stay away from, even though he has a monstrous years when he is healthy. He's still there, Mark Andrews. We have McBride from Arizona. We have Kincaid, who I like a lot. Jack's high on him. Yeah. We have Kyle Pitts here still, not high on him. Ingram's all right. Bowers I like a lot.
Helps out Minshew.
Yeah. We got 13 seconds. So what we are going to do is...
We'll auto pick it.
No. We're going to go Mark Andrews.
That's a good
and
pick
just hope for the best. Hope that he doesn't get injured. We'll get another backup tight end later on in the draft, just in case he does. But that's one of those guys, he can get you 5 to 10 more points than your next tight end. So you have a jump above everybody else already.
We've got 1 million picks before I'm up. So
1,000,001.
Malik Neighbors goes to Sloppy. Sloppy's got all the receivers.
He's going to have a monopoly on the wide receivers, so somebody has to trade him something.
Neighbors, Collins, London, Harrison, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, he must have been a phone operator. He's got so many receivers. He's got so many receivers. He's tethered to the wall. He's answering everything. Zay Flowers, Joel Molsky. That's a great pick for a PPR league. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his receivers are Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, and his keeper is CJ Stroud. Okay.
Mhm.
DeAndre Swift goes next.
Whoa, wait a minute. Joe's keeper was a quarterback?
He likes CJ Stroud. And look at in leagues, CJ Stroud can go off, and that's who he liked. And you keep who you like.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
listen. Yeah. For everybody that's watching this, I wouldn't recommend that personally.
You're not going to recommend this either. But I'm going to do it. Because I want to have a guy that I love. And I'm getting him at value. And he had 61 receptions last year and went over 1,000 yards.
Okay.
He reminds me of Brandon Marshall. I'm taking George Pickens here.
Okay.
That's a
Not
great
bad
pick there.
Not a bad pick at all there.
I got Kupp, Olave, and A.J. Brown. I just added George Pickens. That's fine, though. I didn't reach. I said I wasn't going to reach. Did I reach?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. I do love him, though. He's hard to stay away from. Hard to stay away from. Casanova. Casanova. He's on the Paul Casanova is on the clock. I have enough running backs, really. I feel comfortable with my running backs.
Yep.
I don't have a kicker yet, so you know. I don't know
football.
what you're laughing
It
about.
is football.
This is football, sir. This is football. But I don't think I'll be taking a kicker. But you never know. You never know what I'll do. Yeah, I really like that. I got the Cooper Kupp's a great anchor for your wide receivers. Because either he's monster Cooper Kupp or he's going to give you 6 receptions, 60 yards. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. And in a PPR league, I mean, you're gonna receptions are good. It's not about the yardage or the touchdowns as much as a non-PPR league.
I look at Cooper Kupp the same way I looked at Adam Thielen when Kirk Cousins was in Minnesota and Stephon Diggs was there. Listen, Diggs was valuable. Did Thielen give you the red zone touchdowns and 7 catches? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have he could have 12 catches in a game. Oh, T. Higgins goes in the. You know what, Paul? That's
nice.
A great pick there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really nice.
Jalen Hurts goes to pass the rock.
Okay.
And he's going to go back to back. Who do you have next?
That is interesting right there.
Do you like that pick?
No, not really. That's why I think it's really interesting. I think there's a couple other quarterbacks. I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, then yes, absolutely, I like the pick. But I think Jordan Love's better. Burrow's better out there. I mean, that's just 2 right off bat that I see. I mean, thing about Hurts is, you inside the goal line, you're gonna get those touchdowns.
So
a good chance you're gonna get those touchdowns anyway.
EDF is Paul's originally from Denver, and he always takes a Broncos player, and he just took Javonte Williams. It doesn't make him a homer, by the way. This is good value for Javonte in the 7th round, because if he is Peyton's guy, that's a great pick right there. Well, we believe in taking our guys in this round, right? You want value. Yeah. If you don't think a guy's coming back to you, then he's not going to come back to you. I mean, you're not going to get him, and you're going to be a little sore that you didn't get him. These are the truths. These are the painstaking moments in fantasy football drafts where you go, I have to get my guy. Because if I don't, he's not coming back to me, and Greg will just snipe another guy on me.
That's right. That's what I do. I'm a sniper.
Which is what he's right. He is. They should call his team the fantasy military. They're just sniping people.
We do.
So
that's what we do.
So look I'm the big pig here. right? I like to stuff my stomach full of guys that I like. 45 seconds left on the clock. I haven't gotten him in any draft, and I promised I wanted to get him at least one time this year.
Who was your keeper again?
My keeper was A.J. Brown.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah. I'm just looking at it because you do a very deep team here. So
Dalton
that's a
Kincaid.
nice pick. Yeah. You can't go wrong with that pick.
That's where you see what I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a good. I like my team right now.
And Josh Allen liked Kincaid last year as a rookie.
He did 91 receptions.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna be even more comfortable this year with him. So I like that pick a lot.
Targets, but yeah,
I actually thought about drafting him over Andrews.
I knew you were thinking.
Tank Dell right at this point. That's a great pick right now, Joe.
Who did that?
Great pick right there, Joe.
Wolski.
Great
Wolski,
pick
the
right
sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sloppy, he sniped you again. Actually, Sloppy's got a good team, and you could tell that he likes running wide receivers at his flex, which is a good move.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Nick's doing a great job. I'm happy he's joined the league. These two guys, Joe Molsky and Sloppy, glad they joined the league. They're doing great jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, got Coach Mike loves Lamar Jackson.
All right, what I'm going to do right now is I got my 2 running backs, but what we're going to do is we're going to draft for a little depth. I understand he's not going to be there right away. I think he's out at least 4 weeks, I've seen. But even if he's out 6 weeks, I'm all right with that. I'll have him for my back end of the year in case there's any injuries. It looked pretty horrific, the injury he had, but from everything I've seen, I mean, he's coming back strong. He was squatting ridiculous amount of weight. And that's our boy Nick Chubb. I think here is a perfect spot for him. I wouldn't draft him any earlier, and I really wouldn't want to wait any longer because he would be sniped.
I can't believe you found it in your heart to pick a Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna buy you a shirt. It's gonna have a Georgia emblem, and it's gonna say Chubb on the back.
No.
What if
Listen, I was high on Swift too. So if Swift was there, I would have drafted him. Another Georgia running back.
Oh, you love your Georgia. All right. There is love for Georgia running backs from the Alabama.
No, but I like to win.
I like to win. I like to win too. But I would never draft
Amari
Georgia.
Cooper.
Oh, you passed up on an Alabama player for a Georgia player.
Yeah. I'm set at wide receiver.
Sir Spicy's the real Alabama fan here, I think.
You know, I could go quarterback here, but I still think we can wait on quarterback.
Playing with fire.
I'm looking at running back here to see if we could see anything else. I don't see anybody that really stands out. There's 2 players left, really 3 players left at running back that I really like, but I think we can wait on them. I don't like doing what I'm about ready to do at all.
Can't wait.
I'm just preference this right away, me saying this, but he's still on the board. Jack and I talked about him earlier in the draft. They're moving him back to the slot. I have the other guy on the other side. There is no way I'm starting these guys at the same time, but I'm drafting him for depth, and that's Chris Godwin. Like, wow. You cannot pass up a guy with that much talent at this point in the draft.
Wow, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Not against me. I just can't believe you did that.
Kind of had to.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I that's how high I am on Godwin. I think he's going to have a ridiculous year. And,
I think he just might be high.
And if any one of my wide receivers get hurt at any time, I got him. I could plug in my flex at my starting wide receiver spot. So I mean, with Brandon Ayuk, Evans, Waddle, Devontae Smith, and now Godwin, I am set. I don't need to touch another wide receiver. I don't need to worry about my wide receivers. Even if 2 of them get hurt during the season, I'm still good at wide receiver.
Yeah, you're in good shape at wide receiver. I mean, this is a deep league. It'll be fun because you got a lot of options, right? And if you guess against yourself, you're burned. Ramondre Stevenson goes to Sloppy. That's fine. I don't like Ramondre Stevenson this year because I don't like that New England Patriots offense. I'm very sorry. I know what the aftermath of the Jordan years looked like, and those Bulls teams were awful. And if you think that, the Patriots got better without having Belichick and Brady running those things, you're wrong. I think that offensive line is going to look terrible. And I don't like a big player behind a bad offensive line, Najee Harris. No, I don't. He's easy to find, and that's why Jaylen Warren's better. And I'm not saying he's a better talent. I'm saying, like, if there's not a good hole for them and a head of steam, he's dead. So
absolutely.
That's kind of how I feel about that. I'm not saying I hate the pick. Like, obviously, you don't really care because you got wide receivers you run at your flex spot. So your two running backs you're going to start up Pacheco and Walker, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not very nice.
Who's his keeper? Do you remember?
His keeper was CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. All right.
If you slide all the way down,
holy crap, he's deep at wide receiver too.
He's got wide receivers.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's used to being a telephone operator. Who just went off the board? David Montgomery.
That's nice. That's crazy that he's going so late now. Remember last year he was going so much earlier.
Evan Ingram's a great pick, Coach Mike. If you're watching, 8.5, you took Evan Ingram there. That's awesome. That really is. David Montgomery, that's another Alabama player, right?
David Montgomery, no, he did not play for Alabama.
No, I didn't say play, but Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, Montgomery, Alabama. No, yeah, you're right.
You're like, are you an idiot? Yeah, I am, Greg. Thank you.
Listen, didn't call you an idiot.
I know.
Might have creeped in the back of my head. Like, really?
How dare you? I don't know what I want to do here.
Jack is on the clock, and he is flustered right now.
I am a little bit. Stop that. I don't know. I never get this guy in drafts. And I think I'm okay taking him here because I kind of talked myself into him. And
okay.
That's dangerous, by the way. Because Greg knows this. A lot of people know this. I'm a salesman. And I could talk you into things, and I could talk me into things. I'm a dangerous man. I am, because I've talked myself into this player, and I can't look away at this round. So because my team's so strong, I really like how I've manufactured everything. I have all my starters, so this will be another starter, Joe Burrow.
Nice. Yep. I had him in my queue, so he was.
Did you really?
And within my next 3 picks, he was going to be one of my quarterbacks. I have 4 quarterbacks that I have. So whichever one falls to me, I'm very happy with. But he was my first one.
Sniped.
Yep, sniped.
I like that pick, though, don't you?
And I like it a lot. I'm not upset with that I didn't get him because, again, I like to pair a quarterback with a wide receiver. But if Burrow was there, he's too much of a talent to pass up.
Every year he comes back off an injury, he's a monster.
Yeah. I was stoked to get him last year. Unfortunately, he got hurt.
Right, but every year he has gotten injured. It doesn't happen. And people go, he's injury prone. Okay, but he's also predictable.
Yeah, he'll have a killer year. A bounce back year. He'll be a top 5 quarterback easily.
I mean,
he has two great wide receivers to throw to with Chase and Higgins. So.
And I don't have either one. Fantastic. I listen.
Could have had Higgins. Higgins didn't go. He won a couple rounds ago. Could have had him.
I wanted Pickens because I think that Pickens he's otherworldly if he gets the right quarterback, and I think that Russell Wilson. I think that offense is built around Pickens. I don't think they're building around Najee Harris. If you watched the game against Detroit, Arthur Smith was trying packages where he got Pickens in spots the ball. And I talked about this the other day with a couple friends of mine. Pastor Rock is on the clock. He's a smart guy, though. He knows what to do. Terrell Owens, I guess, had Brandon Marshall on his podcast, and it was talking about whether he thought he was one of the best wide receivers of all time. And Brandon Marshall said that he thought he was. And people kind of laughed and scoffed at it. But let's do this. Brandon Marshall on Denver. Did he have a 1,000-yard year? Yes.
Yeah.
Chicago, 1,000-yard season. Yes. Miami Dolphins, Chad Henne's his quarterback. 1,000-yard season? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then he goes to the Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick as his quarterback. 1,000-yard season? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What other wide receiver has had 4 separate quarterbacks with 1,000-yard seasons?
Well, that's a nice pick, Pastor Rock. Keenan Allen. Very nice pick right now.
Rocco, you're a bum. Put him back. Put him back. Put Keenan Allen back.
Yeah, right now, yeah, beautiful pick. He's going to be, he'll be Caleb Williams' safety valve.
Okay, so you like that pick. I believe it or not, I like the Courtland Sutton pick there better by Paul, and that's a homer pick by him. But I like Courtland Sutton this year.
Okay.
I think,
again, until I see Bo Nix throw more than a screen pass, I'll wait on that.
I never
like
take this
Keenan Allen better.
I'm gonna let me preface this, right? And I'm taking him. So buckle up, people. I never take this guy because, in my opinion, he doesn't really have a good quarterback. Ever. Never had a good quarterback. And when he had semi-quarterback play, he put up decent numbers. But now he's getting a real quarterback who can identify him in certain spots on the field. Do you know who I'm taking, Greg?
I do not.
You do not.
No, I am looking at running quarterbacks right now.
No, look at wide receivers.
I mean wide receivers. I mean Scary Terry.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jade Daniels is a real quarterback, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Harry McLaurin is valuable now. And he's valuable because I just took him in the 9th round. Tell me what the difference is between Scary Terry and DJ Moore, because I don't think there's much.
No, there's not much. No.
Okay, well, I'm getting Terry McLaurin in the 9th.
They're both fast.
I'm getting McLaurin in the 9th round.
Mm-hmm.
That's theft.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
no,
theft.
I like it. I like it. And Jalen Daniels throws a hell of a deep ball. So
he does.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I like
pick.
that pick a lot. Yep, like that pick a lot.
Coach Mike, that's a smart pick. Raheem Mostert. He's
I had him in my queue, not for my next pick, but I had him in my queue. I like that pick a lot, Raheem Mostert, especially now. Very nice, very nice. We got some good people coming off the board still.
Yeah, well, that's why this is next. It might be 8-man, but it's 8-man expert.
Mm-hmm.
And 8-man expert is tougher than you think because you have to know who to start, when to start in certain spots. Who just went off the board?
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Reed. So Jaden Reed's interesting because I don't know who's going to shake out in that Green Bay offense.
That's the thing. They're so deep at wide receiver. Like they have 4 solid, good wide receivers there.
But if you think you know, and Joe seems to know, then that's a great pick.
Yeah.
9th round, and you know the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, far be it for me to argue. I just don't know the answer.
Yeah, me neither.
And, like Paul knows the answer to Denver's situation, Courtland Sutton. And, he did take Javonte Williams, right? It seems to be the best back. He just has to send Sean Payton flowers like he's his girlfriend and he'll stay on his side. I don't know if that's what happens in Denver. Don't, but I think sometimes you have to.
Payton's the guy you have to kiss his ass.
A little bit, right?
Yeah. He just comes off like that,
He would never be on my team.
No.
I wouldn't be on his team. I wouldn't kiss him. Dak Prescott goes to Sloppy. Now, here's why that's interesting, and it's a fantastic draft pick. His keeper is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, and nice. Yeah, absolutely.
He stacked him. That's a team I really don't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. If we're looking at this draft right here, I mean, he let the guys fall. I think he took Nico Collins too high, but what do I know? Not much. Coach Mike has a great team. Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. He just lets shit fall to him. Oh, whatever, I cursed. It's fine. Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Swift, Rashee Rice, Evan Ingram. Yeah, he let the draft fall to him. And I think a lot of teams, my team, I let the draft kind of follow me. I took a shot or two.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I let the draft follow me. I try to get a general idea of what I'm going to do, but you can't predict what other people are going to do. There's wild cards out there.
And it's okay to mock draft, but
Mhm.
you can over mock draft.
Yes.
That's not what you want to do. I mock draft probably 5 or 6 times this year, and then I just left it alone because there's times where I thought that I panicked if I didn't get my guy.
Yes, absolutely.
What are you thinking here, Greg? Talk us through this.
Absolutely. Well, right now, what I'm looking at, if you look at my roster, I mean, there's a lot of blue there. We need some whatever color that is, a light green. So we're looking at running backs at this point. I have 3 that I really like with Jaylen Warren, Brian Robinson, and Ty Spears. I'm going back and forth in my head between Spears and Warren, and I think we are going to go Spears.
Oh,
And I'm going with Spears for the fact that they were high on him last year. He cut into Derrick Henry's carries. So if you're going to cut into Derrick Henry's carries, you have to have some sort of talent. So that's why I went with him over Jaylen Warren. I really like Jaylen Warren. He's very explosive for the Steelers. I just went over somebody that I think has a little bit more ceiling than floor.
Okay.
I think Warren has a higher floor than Spears. You know more about what you're getting with Warren, but Spears has that potential to get you in an upper echelon of that 20-point area that you're looking, that mid to high 20 point with a running back that will give you hopefully the win for that week.
There's a couple guys I like here.
Because I'll tell you what, last year with McCaffrey, I mean, the way he was going at it, I mean, I was getting like 10 more points than everybody else at my running back position.
Which is good and bad.
Well, it's good if you're able to a big spot where people can pick up points is a tight end. But if you're going against somebody that has a comparable tight end that you have, a guy like that can put you over the top, will help you out.
Here's a stack that I like. It's not quite a stack on the same team, but it's a stack I like. I do like Christian McCaffrey and Lamar Jackson. This is why. Just let me make this argument. If Christian McCaffrey has a down week or vice versa, the other is strong enough to pick the other up usually.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar can go off for 50. So could Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And if they both go off for 50, then they've gone off for 100. Sir Spicy, you are on the clock. I don't know. Oh, Kyle Pitts.
Nice pick here. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a really good pick there. I mean, Kyle Pitts is going to have a year in Atlanta, or at least we hope he has a year. We've been saying it's going to be Kyle Pitts' year forever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. How many times are we going to say that every year before?
It's like new year, new me. New year, new Kyle Pitts. Right? It's going to be my year, and then you get a flat tire day 2. You go, I can't.
I mean, he finally has a quarterback to throw him the ball, so we will see.
See, do you have a quarterback yet? Oh, he has Josh Allen. I was going to say, draft Kirk Cousins now. Shock the world. Shock the world. Yeah, it's a great pick there. I mean, maybe, did I go early with Kincaid? Not really. I don't think so.
No. You went, no, not at all.
Because you were taking him.
7th round.
You were going to take him.
Well, I picked my tight end round before you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I picked mine in the 6th round. And I only picked him because everything else that was in front of me as far as wide receivers and running back, I thought like the next 5 picks were all kind of the same. So if nobody jumps out to you like that, and then, yes, don't be afraid to jump out of that or whatever position you're weak at, jump to that, even if it's not time.
Baltimore Ravens defense he took. Defense is off the board.
This is where it's going to be tough for me because we need another running back? No. Would we like another running back? Absolutely. And could we get one here? Yeah. Same guy we were talking about before that Jack thought I was going to draft. I mean,
yeah, I really like him in a PPR league, and that's what this is.
Yeah. The only thing I'd be doing right now is I wouldn't be going. I wouldn't be going. I wouldn't be going kicker right now. I'm not going to be going defense. And there's still enough quarterbacks out there that I'm not scrambling for a quarterback right now. You could find there's 5 quarterbacks that are in it right now that is fantasy worthy. So I'm not jumping at that. So we're looking at, again, is depth. What kind of depth can we get? I really like a couple of the wide receivers that's out there, but the running back position is where it's thin. And if you can get a running back that maybe won't start for you, but somebody might want to trade for you, might want to look at that. So not saying somebody might want to trade for this, but this is a guy that you could either have for a trade. You could use him during bye weeks in case somebody gets hurt, or in case Najee does about crap and Warren gets the starting duties. So that's who we're going to take, Jaylen Warren.
I like Jaylen Warren. I had him last year. I messed around with him.
Yeah.
He's tough to predict.
Yeah.
But
he's way more explosive than Najee is. And I'm pretty sure that Najee, all joking aside, is on his last leg.
Is that right?
Literally on his last leg there. Watch him run. Sometimes it looks like he's running with one leg.
Oh, no.
Come on. I had him last year, and first 5 weeks, I was like, I can't bench him. I can't bench him. From that point on, I benched him every week.
From that point on, he was benched.
I couldn't start him. How can you start somebody that's not even getting you double digits?
Xavier Worthy, that's a good
If your
pick.
running back does not get you double digits, don't stick with him.
Sloppy took a 10th wide receiver in Xavier Worthy. Operator!
Listen, I can't knock the point. I like it.
Sloppy, you should name your team Operator with all these wide receivers. With all these receivers. Hold on, a plug-in. I look like I'm dancing. You're the operator.
Ray Gamer. Hey guys, I need help on how my team looks too. All right, Ray. Well, put your team in the chat, and we will give you our honest opinion on it. And again, honest opinion. We're not going to sugarcoat it. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't.
Yeah, if you have Jerry Rice on your team, it's a bad team.
Well, it all depends. Are we going all-time teams, or like draft people that don't play anymore?
Fantasy. Well, sometimes they make Tom Brady's on this quarterback.
Listen, I'm going Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and Roger Craig with my first 3 picks.
Roger Craig. Oh,
he was the first 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver in the NFL.
I just got
for running back.
All right. I wanted Calvin Ridley.
All right. Ray has 2 different drafts here for us. All right. Quarterback, he has Josh Allen. Wide receivers, he has Waddle, Rice. Running backs, Hall, Williams. Tight end, Pitts. Flex, Rashid White.
I'm on the clock.
Strong. Oh, God. What are you thinking? What's your thoughts with your pick, especially this late in the draft? What are you looking for right now?
I'm looking for depth, and there's a couple players I really like here. I think this guy has a comeback season. I like the team. I got sniped before. I want some part of this team.
And I already know who you're taking.
Who am I taking?
Did he play for the Cardinals last year?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know then.
Tony Pollard.
Okay.
Said that his leg didn't feel right until game 11 last year or something.
Okay.
And once his leg did feel right, he felt good and he was running well. I do believe that there's some type of volume for him in this offense. I think he'll be used appropriately. I'm a Will Levis believer. That's why I want Calvin Ridley. I think he's a great option. And then we'll see what else I end up doing. I don't know what I want to do, but
all right, Ray, a little thing about your team. I like Josh Allen as your quarterback. If he could just cut down on his turnovers, I think he's a lot more valuable. You need to watch Jalen Waddle. I drafted him. I like him a lot, but I don't like him when it gets cold. Rashid Rice, we'll see if he could stay out of jail. If he's playing, I like it. Running back Hall, he could easily be the number 1 running back in the league. So that's how much I like him. Kyrie Williams, I hate the Rams, so I can't give you an opinion on that. Pitts, solid tight end. Your flex, Rashid White, I do like that. I'd like to know a little bit about your depth, though, and see if you could switch any of these guys out or switch them around a little bit. What do you got here? The draft with Josh Allen, I feel, is the one I could have done. Was wait till round 4 and get Hurts, and should have drafted a wide receiver. I feel better with the Hurts draft. Love that Harrison.
You like the guys you like.
Yeah, exactly. I personally would rather Josh Allen than Jalen Hurts anyway. So,
you got to attack guys that you like. This is, you want to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to make money, but you got to have some fun too, right? And that's really what this comes down to. Which guys are you going to have fun watching? What teams are you into watching? Those things really matter, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Moss on board.
Another draft here. Other draft I did yesterday. Hurts, Hill, Harrison Jr., Gibbs, White, Ingram. Flex is Rashid Rice. That's a killer team right there. That really is. That's a really nice team.
Hill, Harrison Jr., Gibbs. I mean, who are you drafting with?
Yeah, you had a lot of people that fell for you.
Ray, do these guys watch football? Because if they don't, they should come over to Fantasy Farm Sports. You stole that draft.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hill and Gibbs alone, I mean, they're first-round picks. I don't know how you got both of them, but good for you.
4-man league.
And then White, I mean, you're getting a bell cow there. Yeah, I like it a lot. Harrison Jr., I think he's going to end up being Rookie of the Year, personally. Yeah, I like that. I like this draft a lot better than the other draft. I mean, this right here is close to being a super team. I'd like to know kind of what your depth is in this, so I could really see how bad your draft are. The rest of the people in your draft are.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm on the clock.
What did you say? Yeah, I got lucky. Harrison Jr. fell to me in the round 3. Lots of running backs were taken early. Got ya. Is this a PPR league or no? You got a minute left, Jack.
Yeah.
What are you thinking right now?
So I there's wide receivers I obviously like. If I miss out on, I think this guy's got highest value though, and I like my wide receivers that I have.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of feel like this guy's a steal out of all these players.
Okay.
And it's a PPR league.
I see two guys that stand out to me.
Go ahead. Which ones are they?
I think Addison stands out.
Okay.
And Smith Najiba for Seattle stands out. Yeah, for me.
Yeah, I mean they're both great wide receiver twos.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But there is
another guy out there too that is a rookie that I think is going to have a pretty good year too. But I don't know if I would draft him over either one of them too. And that's
a wide receiver.
Aduze.
So I'll take the wide receiver one. Carolina, Deontay Johnson.
Okay, yeah, that's nice too. It's nice too. I mean, I'm a big Bama fan, so I still think Bryce Young is still going to do something at some point.
I think
he needs the right coaching around him.
Deontay Johnson's quarterback friendly.
Yes.
It's a PPR league. He can have 10 receptions for 50 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you could see the offense being focused around Deontay Johnson I'm getting him in the 11th round.
Mm-hmm.
So I late. So look at my late wide receivers. I took Terry McLaurin late and Deontay Johnson late. And by the way, I don't think there's a difference between Deontay Johnson and Calvin Ridley.
No, I don't either. No.
So I sniped you, Mike. I got you back. Zamir White, that's a great pick, Coach Mike.
Gamer. Yeah, PPR league, 10-man. Okay.
It's a great pick. I like my running backs. There's another running back I like out there.
Yeah, where you can draft very well is a 12-man. If you can get in a 12-man league and you could take the trophy in that, you can draft. Wow, Niners defense off the board. Oh, Joe, you're killing me, Joe. You took two of my guys back to back, Bowers and the Niners. Nick, Jack knows how I feel about Bowers. Even as a rookie, I think he's going to have a good year.
Yeah, I mean, he'll help Minshew. Minshew supports
absolutely. And Bowers catches everything. At least in college, he caught everything.
Well, Nick Saban said the two players gave him real trouble at Alabama, game planning for. One of them was Brock Bowers. The other one was Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
That's a real thing.
LSU guy and a Georgia guy. We hate both
he said
of them.
they couldn't really. No, he said he couldn't really game plan for them because they were unique at their positions.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they're pretty much a generational talent, both of them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have a 12-man league on Sleeper, and my first Dynasty League draft is next week. I hope it's Wednesday because our first game is Thursday. Thursday's the first game of the year. Keep that in mind. Yeah, we started with Sleeper last year. Nick. Jack started up this league last year on Sleeper, and I really like it. I like Sleeper. Took me a minute to get used to the layout because I was so used to ESPN, but I do like it. There's a lot more customization with this league that you can do.
Rome Odunze, another wide receiver, you say, from the operator.
Wow. If you need wide receivers, you're going to have to trade with him.
Operator. He's the Jim Croce of our league. He's got all the receivers.
Okay, all right. This is going to be really, really easy for me. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this pick. Again, I've been saying this for the last probably, 4 or 5 picks. I'm looking for depth right now. Right now, a guy that is glaringly staring at me, he is a top 4 player at his position when he is healthy. Right now, he's not, but I'm not going to need him right away. So I'm only going to need him if my guy Mark Andrews doesn't stay healthy, and that's T.J. Hawkinson. You cannot pass him up this late in the draft. Even if he misses half the season, you have to take him.
Yeah. So you still this is great because you haven't taken a quarterback yet. This gives you a perfect opportunity to go with the team named Hawk Tua. It really does. No, it needs to be said.
Well, that's the thing. I have my 3 my 3 quarterbacks are still on the board. I have them right here in my queue, and I can get them coming right back around, or I could jump down and grab a guy, another wide receiver, or another running back. I have 1 wide receiver and 1 running back left in my queue that I like.
So if you do this, right, if you do draft Tua, can you please name your team? Hold on. It's further than that. Hawk Tua, an Alabama 49er story. How is that not the best team name ever?
Sir Spicy Panda just took one of my guys, so that's a nice pick right there. Nice pick. Hopkins. All right.
Mickey, I can't believe you sniped me, Hopkins. I thought he would stick. There's another guy I wanted. You're just sniping me on picks. It's not very nice of you guys. Just saying.
See, this is where it's tough. It really is. Even though, listen, I'm a huge 49ers fan, but I really don't like loading up on one team. I really don't. Do I really, 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 really want Purdy? Yes, I do. But I can't have Purdy, Ayuk, and McCaffrey all on the team. I really can't. It's just
talked
too
about
much
already.
What's that?
thought we already talked about who you were drafting.
Yeah, we're not going that route. We're
There
not
you
going
go.
that route. I have him as my third. I have Tua as my third ranked running back or quarterback still on the board right now. So
Sorry.
what my rankings right now on quarterbacks, which that's who I am drafting, is I'm going to be drafting a quarterback. I got 46 seconds. In particularly this order, I got Jordan Love, then I have Brock Purdy, then I have Tua. Really not too much separating from all three. I would really, really like Brock Purdy because I do like to stack my wide receiver and
Let's do it.
quarterback, but I can't do it because I can't have 49er players on my team. I just
You
can't.
can't do it.
That's just committing fantasy suicide there in my book.
Well,
So
you would
we're
do it
gonna
if he was
do.
Joe Montana, and he's not Joe Montana. Not even close.
No, I guess I can't do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Jordan Love. He had a breakout season last year. He got his contract, and I think he's gonna have another killer year.
Yeah, it's a great pick there.
So we got my my quarterback again. Guys, I would have really, really, really liked to draft Brock Purdy, but I am not going against one of my main principles, and that's like you can't load up on one team. Now I'm even looking back at my team. I really wish I wouldn't have drafted Ayuk.
Greg, looking back at your team, you can name your team Love Hawk Tua Chubbs.
Love Hawk Tua Chubbs.
Yeah. Getting Hawk Tua Chubbs. That's a top 5 team name anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Hawk Tua Chubbs? Or loving Hawk Tua Chubbs.
Loving Hawk Tua Chubbs. Yeah, I also started loving Sleeper last year and always like Yahoo too. I liked Yahoo years ago. I'm in a non-money league on that one, so I don't spend too much attention to it. I think it got more confusing.
Keon Coleman.
Let's see here. My bench on the team, Jalen Hurts is Pollard, good, Uze, Worthy, Ford, Moss, and Palmer. I got my favorite kicker, Aubrey, and Tampa's defense. Oh, do you have a killer team right there? I'll tell you what, that one that you have with Jalen Hurts, yeah, that's that's a killer team right there. You're all right. The first one you told us. My bench with Josh Allen is Zamir White, not high on him. Ridley, I like. Jalen Reed, I like. Worthy, I like. Goldert, I like. Tight end, and Ford. Ford, it's going to be interesting because he had a couple games where he looked good when Chubb went down, but then he had a couple games where he couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be interesting with him. Koo, I had him last year, the kicker from Atlanta. He let me down. So
he let me down. Far
Bears defense. Well, Bears defense, that's going to be interesting. They couldn't stop a cold last year, so we'll see how much better they are this year. I don't know who was available during that time that you could have picked better than the Bears defense, but if the Bears defense is your defense, you might want to look at maybe playing a week-to-week defense.
All right, Greg, I'm on the clock.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take this player because I think there's tremendous value in him this season, and I think he's an absolute stud, actually, at the position. So let me just double check some of this stuff here. I'm going to take, I really like him. I like how he runs. So it's a running back, right? Greg's mentioned him probably for 5 rounds. I'm going to take Brian Robinson Jr.
Nice. Yep.
Brian Robinson's tough, man. He'll beat the hell out of him.
Yep. Another Bama guy.
Enjoy I mean, if you watch his highlights and he's in the open field, I really believe that this Washington team's going to be much better. Austin Eckler was taken after me. Austin's off the steroids now, so he won't be valuable. No, he's been on steroids for years.
You talked about how he runs through a brick wall, Brian Robinson. He's also very sneaky athletically, too. Very sneaky.
A lot of what he reminds me of Leonard Fournette a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 3-4 linebackers trying to take him down while he's swinging elbows. I mean, and he's not going to have to do a lot of that because I believe that Jaden Daniels is the real deal. So I thought that was a great pick there.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Aubrey's another one of those like Tucker was last year and the year before. I mean, if you can get one of those guys that can get you a couple more points than any other kicker, like it's hard to argue with that pick. Really is.
Yeah. No, sure it is. Sure it is. Receiver. Devin Singletary went. That's a great pick past the rock because Devin.
Very nice.
He's a starter in New York. I don't believe in that line, but I mean, a starting player is a starting player, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got one guy.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of looking at here.
Christian Watson. That's a nice pick too.
I like that pick really.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know if I believe in Christian Watson.
Well, it's one of those that we really don't know what 4 wide receivers are going to be, taking over. He was your 4th guy last year, and towards the end of the season, he looked like he's going to end up being their number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
I like that pick, Benson. I like that pick a lot. I think he's going to end up being the starter there about mid-season.
That's a great pick there. Yeah, I really like that one. I mean, how don't you like that pick? So I wanted stock in this guy because he was drafted pretty decently high, and he's on a team that's, I think, is going to be throwing the ball. I think he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver, there it is. I wanted stock in him in some of my leagues. This is, as we mentioned earlier, a keeper league, so it's important to have some guys there that you would maybe keep in the later rounds, right?
Yeah.
So, I am an Irishman, an Irish lad, if you will. That's male, Irish. So I will take Ladd McConkey.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Very nice.
You like that there?
Yes, I do.
So now my wide receivers, Ladd McConkey, Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, George Pickens, Cooper Kupp, Chris Olave. You see how I put that together?
Yeah, very nice.
I don't have a Justin Jefferson. I don't have a Jamar Chase. Actually, that's not true. I have an A.J. Brown as well.
The Darkwing Duck. How are you? We are doing great over here at the Every Point Sports Podcast. Thanks for stopping in. Jack and I greatly appreciate everybody that's in our stream, watching us, listen to us talk. Again, guys, drop your questions down in the comment section. We'll go over them. But yeah, drop your team in there. We'll critique your team.
I used to love Darkwing Duck, by the way, because
I did too. I did too.
What was it? Let's get dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Darkwing Duck. And I'm like, oh, all right. What the hell is it doing? It was like a Batman duck. I'm in. I always liked weird cartoons. I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
Yes. How could you not like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It definitely has been a while. Thanks again for stopping in. How's your fantasy season going right now, Darkwing Duck?
I thought it was ludicrous that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would live underneath sewer grates. Like, I used to check sewer grates. I was like, Mom, and she's like, they don't. It's not real. You're crazy.
It's not real.
You never know. I used to lift them up.
So let's see here. We got 3 picks left. 3. So what we are going to do is we're looking to fill out the rest of our team, and then with our final pick, we will take a flyer on somebody. So what I am looking at now, I'm looking at either a defense or kicker. Defense, my guy is gone, the Niners defense, so automatically we're not looking at that. Let's look at the kicker, see what we can do. We still have where are we at? Kickers. We still have Tucker. We still have Aubrey on there. We got Buckner on there, or Bucker on there from Kansas City. Aubrey didn't miss a field goal last year. It's kind of hard to pass up on him, even though I hate Dallas. Hate Dallas so much. In case anybody didn't hear me, I hate Dallas so much. But We can't pick off the paint. So we are going to take Brandon Aubrey.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, we got our running back out, our kicker out of the way. We got Sir Spicy. He is up. He needs a kicker. He needs a running back or a defense. So I wanted to grab, in my eyes, the best kicker.
He drafted his defense already.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, he drafted the Ravens. So I'm not worried about him taking the defense then.
Should be worried about me.
So when it snakes back around me, I have my defense. And then after that, I have 3 players in my queue. If I get any one of those 3 players, I'll be extremely ecstatic.
I like a couple defenses here.
I like that. He can end up very easily being a starter there.
Oh, he did a good job. Chase Brown
yeah.
and Justin Tucker. That was a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a sneaky good draft.
Mm-hmm.
Sniped all
right, this defense here, I think is going to be a sneaky top 5 defense. And they would have been last year, but their secondary was just horrendous. But if anybody watched Jack and I's draft special, you know that the Eagles drafted with their first 2 picks a secondary. So they're going to be vastly, vastly improved. So, yeah, we're going to go with the Eagles defense on this. I'm very, very happy with that defense. This late in the draft, a couple of big defenses went off the board. Like I said, I think Eagles are going to be a sneaky top 5, not only fantasy defense, but a NFL defense in real life.
Sneaky defenses. That's what I like.
Well, I mean, they were a top defense the year before last year, and they would have been a top defense last year too, but they couldn't stop the pass. Their front was great. Their front was still good. They just couldn't stop anything in their secondary, and I strongly believe they addressed that. How about Buckner? He ended up what the top selling jersey for a while in the NFL. Yeah. You gotta love that. A kicker, you gotta love that.
Kickers are going everywhere
because he came out against that anti-woke stuff, and people were eating it up.
Yeah, that's not what he did though. And this is what I. Hold on, just real quick.
He was being a guy, is what he was doing, and people respected that.
Not even that. He was paid to write a presentation for a 110% Catholic college.
Mm-hmm.
So he delivered the speech for which they paid for.
Yeah,
that's really what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he believes in any of that or not, if he was paid he was paid a bunch of money to present this. I think he believes in some of it.
Yeah,
but I when I listened to it, and I listened to his whole full speech back, I went, "You guys don't know what this college paid for."
Yeah, but again, even if he does believe everything he wrote, which he should, I liked it. I agreed with everything he said. So.
Mickey, I'll tell you what, you sniped my wide receiver that I wanted. And I'm sniping your defense.
And with how his jersey jumped in numbers, the general public agreed with him. So,
Jets, I sniped your defense. Take that.
That's a nice defense. That really is. That if I wasn't so gun ho on the Eagles defense, that was my next one. Was the Jets defense?
I thought you were taking the Jets defense.
Yeah, again, I have a reason. I gave you the reason. I think they're going to be vastly improved. Was the Eagles?
No, it's fair. Listen, I'm not.
I'm high on them.
I think it's a good answer. All the great kickers are gone. Fantastic. So if you guys are wondering what kicker I'm looking for, I'm searching Morton Anderson.
Morton? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Morton's on here somewhere. Don't laugh at me. He's the greatest kicker on the planet. I can't find them.
Guys, just give you a little quick thing. When I'm looking at kickers, if the kicker that I'm targeting is gone, my next thing, what I'm looking for is a kicker that kicks in a dome. If I could find a kicker that has a somewhat decent leg that kicks in a dome, he's the guy I'm drafting then.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you want. I'm looking for a kicker with a funny last name.
Like who?
I'm looking for a kicker with a funny last name like Dicker. Kicker the kicker.
I was just gonna say, Dicker.
Right, or I want my kicker to be in a good moody.
Your name should be I'm dickering around.
No, I think I'm just gonna name my team Coup. Starting a coup. That's good, right?
Starting a coup.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious, right? Or what's going on here?
We got
Casanova.
oh, it looks like he's gonna be auto drafting. Oh, time is up. The first auto draft, Addison. That's not bad though.
I mean,
That's not bad. I had him in my queue there for my final pick.
Pass the Rock takes the Cowboys D. That's a great pick. They lost their defensive coordinator though, so I don't know what they're going to look like this season. That's why I didn't take them.
I couldn't take them just because of how many 30-point games they had last year.
Well, yeah, I get that, but I love Michael Parsons. But I think
I mean, anybody that's a football fan, it's hard not to love him. But again, it's not all about one player.
Oh, I can't do starting a coup. You son of a.
You still got Dicker on there.
Yeah, still got Dicker on there. I don't really love him. Actually, I guess I kind of do. Because
Darkwing, I don't know what you are playing. This is fantasy football, buddy. Fantasy football. This isn't a game. This is life.
What do you think? We're messing around? Block them. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I've got a minute and an hour left. I've got the Raiders kicker, Carlson. I got Dicker. You know what? The Chargers got to be better. They're in a high-scoring offense, right? They're in a high-scoring division. There's going to be field goals to be had. I'll take. I really like Tyler Bass too, but it's like you said, they play outside.
Yeah, and up in that Buffalo Stadium, I don't trust him as much.
I don't either, even though I like them for game one. But let's take Dicker. He should be good enough, right? And I like his story a little bit. He was an undrafted kicker, and somebody said that they didn't want him, and he was picked up, and now he's in the league. Now he got a contract. So let's take him.
Okay.
You can have your Elliott and your Coup. I will take Dicker because it rhymes with kicker. I'm your football advice guy, right? If it rhymes, take them.
A little quick thing. You mentioned about a good story. I got a really, really good player story for you for Buffalo. They call him Buffalo Bob, I believe is his name. He is a rookie this year. He grew up in Buffalo. He is a Buffalo Bills fan. He went to Buffalo University. He wasn't drafted. So he showed up for Buffalo Bills tryouts. He made the team and made the roster.
And he only eats chicken wings.
And he only eats chicken wings. But how great of a story is that?
That's a great
You grew up in Buffalo. You were a Buffalo Bills fan. You went to the University of Buffalo. And you didn't get drafted. You came in, you did an open tryout. You made the training camp squad, and then you actually make the 52-man roster.
That's
53-man roster. That's incredible. That's a story.
That is a great story. Offensive or defensive?
Defense. I can't remember what position he plays though.
That's fine.
Okay, so now what I'm looking at is I'm looking to see here, what do I need here? I need what everybody should have a backup quarterback.
I don't have
so. That's your fault, not mine.
Why didn't you tell me?
This
is ridiculous.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking a guy that I was torn on anyways, a guy that I said that I didn't want because I didn't want a bunch of people on my same team. But he's sitting here staring at me in the face. So we are going to take him, and that would be our boy Brock Purdy.
Oh, that's why you're
What's that?
Has ended. Anthony Richardson goes last. Sir Spicy Panda.
Yeah. Which I can't believe. I thought Tua would have went over him. Wow.
Well, Anthony Richardson with the rushing yards, and now so Sir Spicy Panda has Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Not very nice of him to hold quarterbacks. And by the way, he sniped a couple of my players also. Hey, by the way, he sniped players 6 spots away from it.
Yeah.
So you could snipe players from any position. I just thought
Anywhere.
that some guys would come back, and they did not.
Mm-hmm.
I like some players. There's plenty of quarterbacks left that I like.
There's guys that you could actually drop somebody and pick them up. I mean, Tua's still out there. What other quarterbacks are we still out there? I mean, Goff is out there. We got a couple rookies with Jalen Daniels. Justin Herbert was just 3 years ago. He was a top 4 round pick. Now he's not even getting drafted in our league. You still have Aaron Rodgers out there. You want
to hear something crazy?
We got Jack's favorite quarterback out there, Trevor Lawrence.
What? What are you, funny?
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little funny here. I'm trying my stand-up skills here.
It's Baker Mayfield or bust, sir.
I mean, Baker's still there too.
He is, and he's valuable. And
we still got a guy that Jack is pretty high on, Will Levis. He's still out there.
I do like Will Levis.
So you guys did that still need a quarterback that didn't draft one. I mean, there's still a guy out there. Because believe me, you don't want to wait until the day that you need a quarterback, and then the guy you're going against has a better waiver position than you, and he knows you need a quarterback because he knows your quarterback's on a bye, and he comes in, he takes 2 or 3 quarterbacks and leaves you with nothing. I only know this because it happened to me 2 years ago.
Yeah, you don't want that at all.
Yeah, no, you don't. No, it was a league that my old roommate was running. I was going against somebody. My quarterback was on a bye. I didn't have a backup because I really liked how deep my team was. So what I was going to do, I had a guy that ended up going on the IR, so I had an open roster spot. So I was going to grab, one of 3 guys there, and the guy I was playing, he didn't care. He dropped 3 guys and took all 3 quarterbacks. So I was stuck. So he had 4 quarterbacks on his roster, and then at the end of that week, he dropped 2 of those 3 quarterbacks.
I don't like that stuff. I disallow that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, strategy is strategy. I believe I still beat him that week, but still.
I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. I would have gone to his house and beat him. I would have knocked on his door.
Listen, it's legal. It's allowed in the game. Is it petty? Yeah, but it's like I was watching the Bama game yesterday against Western. Who was that? Western Kentucky they were playing. Anyway, scrub school, and the other team, their headset wasn't working in the beginning. And so therefore, we had to take off our headset, and our coach wasn't happy about it. And my girlfriend, Joy, she was asking, why is he so upset? I'm like, yeah, I think the other team's being kind of petty. I think they know it's a first-year head coach. They want to be in the quarterback's ear. So they're kind of messing around with the communication, saying our headset don't work, kind of being a little petty with the whole thing. And I think our coach knew that, so he was a little upset about it. And I'll tell you what, within 10 minutes, they had the other stuff, the other team's headsets working, their communications working because of how big of a deal we were making out of it. Like our DeBoer. Sorry, guys, it's going to take me a little while. I'm used to Saban for the last 17 years of my life being our head coach. So now we have a new one. It's going to take me a minute.
Whose headset wasn't working now? Was it Alabama's or was it Western?
No, it was the other team's wasn't working. So and he's been the head coach there for a couple years. And anybody that knows anything about football, if you're a first-year head coach, you're implementing a new system. You want to be in that quarterback's ear as much as possible.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I think they were playing a little strategy with us, and our coach knew that, and he wasn't too happy.
I mean, I thought.
So I'm just, my whole point on it is strategy is strategy. As long as it's within the rules of the game, I can't be upset over it.
Yeah, but you're a jerk and you're not good enough. I mean, listen. The truth is the truth. So yeah, that's our first draft of the day, and then we got a couple more drafts to go.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only
We
got,
have one
I
at
only got one
7.
more.
Yeah, I have one at 7 with you.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't be live for that one. I've got.
I will be live. We will be doing that on just my channel then, not both of our channels. But if you're interested in seeing what Jack does, you can always see through my channel and see what Jack does.
Oh yeah, do that. Do that because I'll have company over and we're gonna hang out. I gotta have a little bit of I gotta have a little downtime myself. Running all these leagues takes a lot of work.
Oh, it does. I agree. My downtime was yesterday. I had what's called every Saturday. We're having family football day.
Oh.
Me, the 2 boys, and Joy. We're sitting there and we're watching football. I got a video of Austin. If anybody doesn't know, I have 2 special need boys, and Austin couldn't keep his eyes off the TV. He was loving it. I got a video of him when Bama was on. Oh, glued, worse than me. It was awesome.
Oh, that is awesome.
That
That is
all right.
Awesome.
So, you want to go over some of the? Do you need to get out of here right away? You want to go over some of these teams, what we think of them, or?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. I can hang out for a minute. I don't have to jump right out. So
all right. Well, let's go through in order. We'll go through Pastor Rock and then Casanova, you, and so on down the road. Then.
Okay, so let me kind of come into this, and you want to start with. I want to be able to. All right, there we go. We'll start with Pass the Rock because I'll highlight it on the phone. That way, I could take a look at the team.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Pass the Rock. We got he has a really, really strong team. His keeper was Joe Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs. Joe Gibbs, the coach. He drafted a coach with his keeper.
Yeah, he took an 80-year-old coach as his keeper. Wrong team. He sleeps in the stadium.
All right, so let's see. His wide receivers are strong. St. Brown, Metcalf. I like Metcalf a lot. My knock against him is he's a bit of a head case. He can get into his way and the team's way a little too much.
Yeah, he should be made play without a helmet. He's not good with helmets.
No, he likes throwing them at people in practice and games. He'll do it to his own team.
He's crazy. He's really good though. He's a super talent.
He really is. I mean, his physical tool set is second to none. Your your running backs are Gibbs, Henry, Mixon, Jones, Moss, Singletary. I mean, strong team.
They're good running backs.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say too much about your team. You're solid all around.
Yeah. What? Let's say what? I'd say B plus. B plus because I not an A plus, but a B plus because I see what you did here.
Yeah, a solid B plus. Yeah, solid B plus. I mean, even your later rounds, you got guys that get volume with Christian Kirk, Allen. Like you got a value late in the draft too, which is nice. So yeah, solid B plus there.
Yeah, that's a good job, Pass.
Yep.
Pass the Rock. That's
all right.
B plus.
Next, we got EDF. We got Jefferson. Let's see here. We got wide receivers. We got Jefferson, Diggs, Higgins.
Hill was his keeper.
Sutton, Franklin. Who was his? Hill was his keeper. Tyreek Hill.
It's got Hill and Jefferson.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. Hill, Jefferson.
I don't like your running backs. I don't like any of your running backs. I put it this way: the best running back I think you drafted, and he won't be valuable to you, I think, until second part of the year or second half of the season is Benson.
So
I'm not high on Najee. I'm not big on Williams. Who else?
I think
Eckler,
Williams be better
like
than
you said, he's off the roids.
I think Williams. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I think Javonte Williams could be better than you think.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to, I'm gonna rate this team a B because, and this is why: Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Stephon
Mhm.
Diggs.
Yeah.
Like that right there. If any of these running backs work out, and by the way, T Higgins,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a double flex.
No,
league.
like his wide receivers are studs. I mean, you
Right.
got Tyreek Hill, Jefferson, you got Diggs, who's going to have a bounce back year. Higgins is playing on a contract year. Like,
So
wow.
this is an 18 double flex league.
Mm-hmm.
So, having T Higgins, I think in the 8th round you got him, right? So, not quite. I'll give you a B.
I'm gonna go C plus.
Okay, well, that's right in the same category. I just gave
And
a B because
the only reason I'm going C plus is because the running backs. I just don't like them. I don't like them at all.
I gave him a
The
B
running
because-
backs, wide receivers, I love. Quarterback, you got Mahomes. Like, you're stacked everywhere.
Yeah,
Even your defense, you have the Browns. I mean, you're good, but again, just that glaring need at running back. Like, you need a running back.
all right. So we can.
Jack's a little bit
agree.
more high on Williams than I am. I'm not high on any Denver player right now.
C plus. I'm high on Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton.
Okay.
produced well.
All right. Jack's team.
Oh God, here we go.
Here we go.
Screw
His
me.
keeper was AJ Brown. So his wide receivers are AJ, Olave, Cooper Kupp, Pickens, McLaurin, Scary Terry, Johnson, McConkey. Pretty much every one of his wide receivers is a number one.
Yes.
Even the ones he got late are number ones.
See what I did?
So, yeah. So it's hard to go against that. It really is. His running backs is Robinson, A-Chain, Rashid White. I'm not high on Pollard. I do like Robinson. I'm not as high on A-Chain as you are.
Let me defend that. I liked Pollard better than Zamir White.
I do too.
Okay,
I do too.
That was and then I thought I can get Brian Robinson to come back, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would have rathered either Spears, either one of my guys, Spears or Warren, over Pollard.
Yeah, they went 2 rounds earlier though.
Spears went 1 round earlier.
Yeah,
I took him, and Warren went the same round.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I couldn't draft them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, you won around 2 rounds later, and you got Robinson, who I like way better than Pollard. You're really the only other guys you could have got would have been Singletary, Eckler, Zach Moss. Yeah, I mean, I like Pollard better than any of them.
See what I'm saying?
Better than I mean, you didn't have much. Benson maybe would a guy I would have took a chance on before him, just because of the upside.
I don't think his pass blocking is going to be there for Kyler Murray to trust this year. That's my only argument. James Conner.
See, I'm high on him. I think he's gonna end up being a stud by the end of the year.
No,
I'm halfway through the season, and I think he's going to be able to kick it in. He's going to dethrone Connor. Just by watching him in college, he was good.
So what do you rate this team? A plus?
All right. Your team, I would go a solid A. A solid A. Yeah, solid A. I would like to go A plus. It's the running backs that's holding it back.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got A-Chain and Bijan Robinson.
I'm not as high as A-Chain as you. I love Bijan Robinson. I think he's great. I personally, I think you have a better thing with Robinson and White together.
Oh, I could.
Then Robinson and A-Chain.
Then I bring George Pickens or Deontay Johnson off my bench. I'm stacked.
Listen. You're not getting an A minus. You're getting a solid A. Solid A.
All right. I'll take an A.
All right. We got Coach Mike.
Coach
Mike's keeper. Jack had to mess around with it, so his keeper was Barkley. So his running backs, I love his running backs. I mean, Barkley, Jacobs, Swift, Mostert. Not big on White, but I mean White in the 11th round. Why
No, that was a
not?
great pick. That was a great pick there.
You know, but it's one of those picks. Why not? You know,
Yeah, it was a great pick there.
that late.
I liked Pollard over White because he catches the ball more.
I like Pollard better than White too. But I'm saying where he picked White in the 11th round, I can't hint that.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
I liked Brian Robinson over White still.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
took
I
Calvin
listen. I
Ridley.
really, really, really like your running backs. Again, I think Jacobs is going to have a bounce back year.
He's got Kyler
Jamar
Murray,
Chase,
Lamar Jackson.
Devontae Adams, Rashid Weiss. It's all going to be about his legal availability.
I think.
But then you have somebody like Calvin Ridley who you could drop in there too. Curtis Samuel. I mean, if anything, I'm going to say your weakest spot is going to be your wide receiver, but your two starters are great, Jamar Chase and Devontae Adams. So me personally, I would give you a solid. That would be a B+ for me. B+ game. Yeah, yeah. Just because I think his running backs are outstanding. He has a top tier running back. His two starting wide receivers are good. Besides that, lacks a little bit of star depth. But then you have somebody like Ingram as your tight end. Yeah, I would. Yeah, B+, I would say.
So I will give Coach Mike an A.
Okay.
Because he took Calvin Ridley late, and that was a great pick there.
Mm-hmm.
And, just in case Lamar gets banged up, because he could, he also has Kyler Murray in his
Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
not high on his defense, not high on his kicker, and not hugely high on his depth at wide receiver. So that's why he got a B+ from me.
The Giants brought in that kid from Carolina, Brian. I can't remember his name, but I think the Giants.
And they still have Thibodeau or whatever his name was that they drafted a couple years ago.
Kayvon Thibodeau. I actually think the Giants' defense is going to keep them in games this year.
Okay.
I actually do like that defense.
Okay.
And he's a Giants fan, so you got to take some of your guys, right?
Oh yeah, listen, and why not take your defense? You know, I'd rather take a chance on my team's defense than running back like Singletary they have or something like that.
I give him an A. I think it was really good. I do. I would want this team.
Mm-hmm. Solid B+ for me. I mean, it's right under an A, or right under an A- actually. But like I said, I love the running backs. Love the two starting wide receivers. Love the starting quarterback. It's just the depth kind of lacks a little bit, and I'm not really high on the defense. So I see where they could end up being good, especially the way that you worded it. So it B+ that could end up being an A-.
Who we got next?
We got Joe's team. Joe's keeper was C.J. Stroud.
Joe Del Boca Vista. I like that name. Jeff Stroud.
Let me see here. Let's see. His wide receivers. Wilson, DJ Moore, Flowers, Tank Dell, Jordan Reed. We got Coleman, Thomas from Jacksonville. What do we got? Running backs. We got Williams, Cooks, David Montgomery.
That was a great pick.
Yeah, and Corum. Corum might be a sneaky pick there, especially if Williams doesn't pan out. Corum was nice in college, so he's a nice north-south runner.
I'll give this team, the starters are really strong. I'll give them a flat B.
That's what I was gonna say too. Just a flat C. Nothing huge stands out to me.
Well, a flat C.
A C. Just a plain C. What did you give him?
I was gonna say a flat. I'll give him a C+.
A C+. Okay. Yeah, I give him a C. Right away, first thing off. Again, if he's your guy, your guy. If you like your guys, it shouldn't matter what we say. I would never keep a quarterback as my keeper. I just wouldn't. There's too many other positions that are too valuable. Too many other players that are valuable. I would have really liked to know who your team was before, so I knew who you could have kept. But nothing here. I mean, Laporta stands out big. Wilson stands out big. I do like Tank Dell. If anything happens to Gibbs, I mean, Montgomery's the guy. So you have a starting running back there that you didn't have before.
I like Garrett Wilson and DJ Moore, those wide receivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. DJ Moore, I think, is going to have a killer year.
Tyrell Williams could stand out.
Yeah, he could. But again, I'm not high on him. I wasn't high on him last year. But again, if he doesn't pan out, you have Corum. You have a handcuff guy. So I like what you did with that. You took another Rams running back in case Williams gets hurt or doesn't pan out. Joe got a solid C from me. Next, we got Sloppy. Sloppy kept CeeDee Lamb,
the receiver.
This is the receiving team.
This is the operator. Sloppy.
Look at this. Wow. I mean, he has receiving wise, he is killer. CeeDee Lamb, Marvin Harrison Jr., London, Nico Collins, Neighbors, Xavier Worthy, Aduze. Wow. I mean, you talk about wide receivers. Holy crap. Then his running backs aren't bad. I mean, Pacheco, with how they upgraded their wide receivers, he should see a lot more lighter boxes. Kalen Walker, anybody that listens to us knows how I feel about him.
Yeah.
Then you have Stevens, not high on him, but you grabbed him in the 8th round. You needed a running back, so I can't be upset with that. Then you went with Jerome Ford. You know, he's going to be their starter for right now. And when Chubb comes back, we all know he's not going to come back and get 20 carries right away. So even when Chubb's going to come back, Ford's still going to get carries. Let's see here. You took McBride. You got Dak. So you got Dak and C.J. Lamb. So you got a stacked quarterback wide receiver combo, which everybody knows I love that. And anybody that listens to any fantasy football podcast or any type of fantasy football advice, they always like to see a wide receiver quarterback combo. I'm going to give this team a solid A.
Ooh.
An A. Yeah. Yep.
Another A with me. I like A.
Yeah. I love this team. I mean, even your kicker I love. Defense, I mean, Dolphins could have a solid defense, but again, once warm weather goes away, I'm not sold on any Dolphins player, which is the reason why I drafted the way I did. But again, it's a defense. So I mean, you can pick up a defense and play another one any day of the any week that you would like.
Yeah, it's a good team. Who else we have left?
Oh, we got me. My keeper was McCaffrey. So my running backs are McCaffrey, Taylor, Chubb, Spears, Warren are my running backs. Wide receivers are Ayuk, Evans, Waddle, Devontae Smith, Goodwin. Quarterbacks is Love and Purdy. Defense, Eagles, Mark Andrews, and Hawkinson as my running back. I don't want to be partial, so I'm not going to go too nuts, but I would say I would give my team a solid A.
Yeah, I like your team. I'm a little, San Francisco better perform.
Yeah, and again,
running backs are really.
Yeah, they are a little light. If Chubb comes back healthy, it makes it even stronger. A couple of guys I got later on, I took flyers on with Spears and Warren. But again, when we're drafting that late, guys, we're looking for high ceiling. We already drafted our guys with the floor, with the bare minimum we know. What we're looking for later on is we're looking at ceiling. So, I would give my team a strong A.
Yeah, I'll give you an A. Yeah, this is a good team. Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, we got Sir Spicy Panda, who might have the coolest name ever.
He's got a fan.
I love it. I just do. I love the name, and he even has the little, avatar up there. The panda avatar. I love it. Let's see.
He's in our draft later too.
Oh wow. His keeper was Bryce Hall.
Yeah, Bryce Hall.
Love him. The running backs is Etienne, Kamara, Connor, Chris Brown. Wide receivers would be Puka, Debo Samuels, Pittman, Amari. Love Amari, especially that late. Smith, Najab. Can you help me out here? Najiba. And Denard Hopkins. Yep. Solid wide receivers. Not huge onto the running backs except for Bryce Hall. Not big on Etienne. I don't like Kamara at all. What's that?
I like him in the 6th. You get him in the 6th? It was late. No, 5th.
Kamara in the 5th? Yeah, I mean, you got him. I just there'd be somebody else there. Absolutely. I would have took Montgomery over him. Chubb, I did take over him. I would have took Swift one around later. I would have took him over him.
I don't know if I would have.
Aaron Jones is another guy I would have took over him. I'm not high on Kamara, in case anybody hasn't picked up on that.
Well, then fine. He's got Connor, Chase Brown,
I think Brown is going to do good. I think Connor's going to lose his job to Benson.
Maybe. Give this team an A. It's an A to me.
Let's see. Josh Allen is his running back. Wide receivers, I absolutely love. Defense, I love. Tight end is good if Pitts does end up doing something.
Seems solid top to bottom, man.
I'm going to say A- on this.
Okay.
And the only reason why I say A- is because of Etienne and Kamara. I think Connor is better than either one of them right now, even though I think he's going to lose his job. And this is just going off of last year. Etienne could have a bounce back year and have a year like he did 2 years ago and just absolutely kill it. He's more of a possibility to do that than Kamara. Kamara's up there in age. He's never been the best running back. He's been a very top. He's not even a very. He's been a top receiving running back.
That's why you take him there, because it's PPR.
But again, you have Carr.
Yeah, but but Kamara still averages 80. He still averaged like 60 receptions last year.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I just think he's going to drop down a little bit more.
He might.
So again, solid A right here. Solid A. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Awesome.
I'm sorry. I said A. I meant A- on that. A- on that one. Yes.
All right, brother. I got to bounce. I got stuff to do before my company comes over and stuff.
All right, Jack. It was great doing this.
We had fun.
We will be back. When do you first? Let's tell everybody when we're going to have our podcast, because we can't do it at 1:00 next Sunday. We got NFL starting up. We could do it earlier Sunday morning, or we could do it another evening.
Let's do it early. We'll set our lineups with it.
Okay. All right. What time were you thinking? Let's tell the people when we're going to be on next Sunday.
Let's see. I could be on at like 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Yeah. All right, guys. Every Point Sports Podcast will be back next Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. We're going to try to do that every Sunday at a.m. Stop by for all your NFL news, all your sports news, all your fantasy lineups. You guys have some quick questions you guys want to get in before you guys need to set up your lineup. Say you guys set your lineup Thursday night, somebody dogged it out for you, and you need help bad. You need to come to Jack and me, and we'll set you up, point you in the right direction.
100%. 100%. This is where you need to come if you guys want to win your league. If you don't want to win your league, go somewhere else. I'm telling you.
Listen, we're winners. That's what we do here. We win.
Yeah.
I mean, you take between me and Jack, I mean, we win at least 2 leagues apiece every year.
That's true. So you guys are in trouble in this league because we're taking one of these.
That's right. This league here, just so everybody knows, I am year 1 champion. Jack has not given me the props I properly deserve in this league, so I would do it myself. I will be my biggest cheerleader if I need to. Just don't expect me to be in my cheerleader outfit, because that's not going to happen.
All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys again.
All right, everybody have a great night. Remember, guys, check out Fantasy Farm Sports over on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the internet. They have their own website, too. Check out Old Gamer GK on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Check out Gridiron Helmets.com for all your helmet needs, guys. Have a great week, and good luck in your first week of fantasy football.
All right.